Hello, everyone. Happy Monday for those who are joining me live. If you're watching the replay, happy Monday to you as well, or whatever day, night, evening, if it's morning time, afternoon, whatever time of day you're watching this video. Hope you're all doing well. So before we get started trying to finish up this cottage, let me check in. How you all doing? How's everybody been doing on this Monday? Was your weekend good? Hopefully there was no issues or anything. You had a great weekend. And if you didn't have a great weekend, hopefully you will this coming weekend. But I know this week is going to be great. You know what I'm saying? I just know it. I have to believe that it's going to be great. So probably be great if I didn't have that thumbnail sitting there. All right. So every time I come live, y'all, it's weird because I'll have my setup perfectly and then it's not. So like my intros be off, the timing is off, or it's not kicking in when it's supposed to kick in. But anyway, so this is a piece of the thumbnail you guys saw. I'm trying to get better at it. So say prayers for me that I get better at it. Anywho, I don't really do live this time of day. Normally it's like mid-morning. So I am hoping that I will be able to either go back to mid-morning or stick to afternoon. Because my goal is to not have to do lives at like 7 o'clock. Although I'm not against them. But like I said before, I have a whole family. So I have to be mom and wife. And I have some other responsibilities that I have to make sure that I take care of. And 7 o'clock is okay some days, but not every day. So this is why I kind of do my lives at different times. Again, I try to post in the community tab. I did do that today, literally like a minute before I was coming live, because this was very last minute, y'all. I found that I had the time and I could go ahead and get it done after I kind of accomplished some other things around my house today. So this is the Cozy Cottage. This should be the final video. If it's not, I don't know what I'm doing. But I think it's going to be the final video. So we've got the entryway, the office. Excuse me, y'all. It's nap time for me. And then this empty room. And this empty room we're going to be working on today is the bathrooms, our open living space with the kitchen and a small dining table here. I really probably don't even need this, but I put it in just in case it is needed, because you never know, the Sims might want to throw a party. And so we've got our outside living area, little mossy pond, and also the laundry room and the master suite. So I think I'm going to work on this hall bathroom here. I'm going to be putting some items in the hallway. I was going to do a window here, but it didn't look right when I first designed the house. I know this window kind of looks off because it's so small, but it just works with, what's happening in the house. I might, you know what? Let me switch it out. Actually, hold on. Let me undo that. Oh my gosh. I've got to stop yawning. If y'all start yawning, charge it to the head, okay? Because I'm literally yawning. Okay. Yeah, that window looks better. I normally like the front windows to kind of be similar, or if not the exact same window. But yeah, that looks so much better. So many things going on in the world today, y'all. I don't have a ton of topics to talk about, but let me tell you, it is hard sometimes let me just say this, not say being, I was going to say being a Christian, but walking with Christ can be difficult sometimes, because you want to talk about so many different things happening in the world, but not everything should be addressed by you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it can be one of those things where you just kind of have to be still and be quiet. And I was like looking at a video of, and I even kind of hate to even bring it up, but of Fantasia and her dad. And I felt bad, y'all. Like, I don't know. Am I wrong for feeling bad? Or is that just human, And the reason I felt bad was because Fantasia is very much, she's a star, y'all. Like, she is so talented. I always said when she won American Idol, I said no one's going to be able to top her. And I'll be honest, I don't even watch American Idol no more. I stopped watching it when they made Nicki Minaj and Mariah Carey judges. I knew it was going to be a hot mess. Now, mind you, I was saved, but I wasn't in my walk with Christ like I was supposed to be. So back then, I was probably cursing on some of the stuff that was going on that show. But I just thought that you got two women who were in positions of power in their own minds and in their own worlds, and they are both judges, and it was very much alpha female to alpha female. And I just kind of felt like a lot of it overshined the talent, which I think that's probably what they were going for on Fox, but I don't know. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But I always said that Fantasia, once she won, there was never going to be anyone able to top her in my book. I was just like, who are you going to get to do better than that? I don't know who they would have gotten, because to me, she was it. And after her, and then I think the only person that I would say that was not as good as she was, but just as good or close to her, was Ruben Studdard. But truthfully, after Fantasia won, that was it. All I know is Fantasia, Kelly Clarkson, Um, what's the one that had the like curly hair like Justin Timberlake used to have? What's his name, Justin too? I can't. Y'all correct me in the comments. But as you can see, I'm not like a connoisseur of American Idol. I mean, like when Fantasia won, I was rooting for her because she's from North Carolina. That's not where I'm from, but I am in the South. But so I was rooting for her for that, and I felt like between her and Petey Pablo, and there's more that are from North and South Carolina, but they kind of put North Carolina on the map to me. Even though there are more that are from North and South Carolina that don't even claim North and South Carolina, that put both states on the map. But those two were the ones that kind of stood out in my genre and my generation. But I just always felt like there was not going to be anyone that can top Fantasia, in my opinion. And so when I go on this internet and I see her and her dad fighting, I'm like, well, not really fighting, but having discord. I struggle because I know Fantasia really prides herself on being a Christian woman and really trying her hardest to live in a righteous way. And so when you walk with Christ, it's very difficult to look at a situation from the outside in and not feel some type of way about it, right? Like for me, it's just like, why is this on the internet? Why? And I understand the father's like, you know what? I'm blocked. I can't get a hold of my daughter. I can't talk to her. And I know they said Tony Gaskins had put in his video. And by the way, I'm not sponsored by him or anything like that. But I just happened to watch the video like slightly before my live. And he had said that the father had done or is doing, I think he had done already, an interview. And the interviewer basically said, yeah, I can't even get an interview with Fantasia. In order for me to do so, I have to go through the husband. Now, every marriage is not the same. The rules are different for every marriage, okay? And I am saying that as a married woman. And I know a lot of women will understand, and there may be some who don't. So, from a biblical standpoint, a man is to leave and cleave to his wife, right? And in the same respect, you want a woman to do the same thing. Like, I can't imagine being married to my husband and him leaving and cleaving to me, and then something happens in my family and he feels that I don't have his back, right? It's difficult. You know what I'm saying? It can definitely be difficult for people who are not married or not familiar with the structure of marriage, or may have even a unconventional marriage, because that's a thing. I'm not judging by any means. I'm just generally speaking for those who may not be familiar with the sanctity of marriage. But I understand everybody's perspective. I even understand for Tangent. Jesus, I can't talk. Forgive me, Lord. I even understand Fantasia's and where she stood, because in her eyes, her husband was being attacked and she wanted to defend him. And I get that. I understand as wife to wife, even human to human, even Christian to Christian, sister to sister, right? But in the same token, I understand the dad too, because for him, he's looking at it like he's protecting her. But now my question is, what are you protecting her from? Now, I've seen people say, he's done these interviews and he's had XYZ to say, but I'm still a little confused. What are you protecting Fantasia from? The husband? Is that what's going on? Because I'm just like, is that really what you want to do? And let me tell you what I feel like this kind of went a little bit left, and I didn't expect this from Fantasia. I was like, seeing. Well, let me say but I was seeing that she had posted his mugshot, and I'm like, Fantasia, now this is not you, but maybe it is. We don't always see a true person on the internet. You tend to see the representative first, but then I'm like, Why would you do that, Fantasia? Like, you are so much bigger than this. You're so much better than this. And no matter what the situation is, I feel like it could have been handled differently. And I'm not trying to sound judgmental by any means, because this is her dad. At the end of the day, that's her dad. So she knows, of course, how to handle her father a lot better than myself or anyone else. But I'm just like, oh, why? Why, Fantasia? Why? Because I feel like that's just stirring up stank. You know what I'm saying? If you're not familiar with the quote, if you stir up stank, it gets stankier. That's kind of what it felt like. It felt like this is just stirring up something that I don't think either party wants to stir up. And maybe the dad did. I don't know. But the one thing I do have to say with Tony Gaskins, what he said was, a man knows a man. And if your father is coming to the internet with something, he's doing it for a reason. And like he said, he couldn't get a hold of her. So for him, he's got to come to the internet with it. And I don't know, I just agree to disagree on that one, because I feel like, internet aside, yes, he can't talk to her. He has to go through the brother to reach her. But I just feel like there was another way. It's got to be another way, right? And I'm not trying to sound old school, but what happened to just writing a letter? Is that no longer? I know the internet has like got us all like, hey, we're gonna email now, but you could have wrote a letter. I mean, the husband probably would have intercepted it, but at the end of the day, that was an option. I mean, he doesn't strike me as a person that is going to do a lot of things online, but then again, he posted the video online, so. But I hope I don't sound judgmental when I'm saying what I'm saying, but I feel like this could have gone completely differently. And like I said, maybe I'm wrong, maybe not. Maybe this had to happen the way it had to happen for the parties to see where each other stood. Why is I forgot. I'm like, every time I grab this, it's chew. Um, but I just hope and pray that at some point they will find some sort of a resolution, and that they will talk this out, because I really think it's something that could be talked out. Would it be resolved? Who knows? But I just hate to see them putting it all on the internet like this. But what's what is the guy's name? I can't think of his name. Y'all correct me in the comments after the video is not live, or even in the chat. It's a guy on TikTok. I cannot think of his name. I think he does he sells teas or whatever when he does his TikToks. And he said, when you bring it to the internet, you made it public, so I'm making it publicer. Him. That's kind of how I felt about this. Like, okay, now y'all done made it public, so there's no other way around it. It's public now, and you can't take it back. And I wish things would be a little bit different. But that's just my little 2 cents on it. I am praying that all parties will come to a resolve, and that there will be no more discord between either side of the families. Because at the end of the day, she's got her husband on one side, and then she's got her father on the other. And sometimes it is very difficult to decide which side of the coin you want to go with. And I'm going to tell you something. As a wife who, don't get me wrong, I love my dad, but he has, issues that are more than what I want to deal with and put up with. So I have to decide for me what is the best way that I want to deal with my father. The internet is not it, right? See, that's why I'm kind of like basically talking, not telling y'all details, right? Because it's not for the internet. Because every one of us probably has an issue with a parent. And if it's not currently going on, it happened at one point or other. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that I can't do for him. I just have to love from a distance, right? And I feel like with Fantasia, that's what this is. It's going to have to be love from a distance, because you're not going to side with your father clearly. you, you're doing what a wife would normally do, which is to take the side of the husband, right, wrong, or indifferent. But the thing of it is, just make sure that you are, I want to say, not visually aware, but spiritually aware, because you want to make sure when you're deciding that you have everything you can up front to make the right decision. And I'm gonna tell you, that's not easy. Like I said, as a wife, and all my wives out there know, sometimes when your husband ain't right, and I don't mean like that, I mean like when he makes a choice that is not necessarily the best choice for you, you still will take his side, because that's the way a lot of us wives are built. Not all of us. There's a very limited few. And I think Fantasia is very loyal, and I see that as a loyal wife. I see that. I think that she's protecting her husband the best way she knows how, and I totally understand it, and I get it, and I'm disagreeing with her. Like I said, the only thing I wish is that it never came to the internet, you know. But I hope and pray that they get it together. I hope and pray that at some point there will be some sort of resolution. Um, from the way that the internet is talking, that may not be the case. So I don't know. They said that she, um, and I did see the post. She posted, and I think she has since deleted it because she said that she didn't want the moment of the proposal her husband gave her to be spoiled by what was going on with her dad. But that's why I said I don't think it should have came to the internet, because I feel like responding to the father kind of outshined what the husband was trying to do. But unfortunately, now people are just ripping into the husband and like digging on him now. So that, see what I'm saying? Once the door gets open, it's kind of hard to close it, right? You know, but hopefully my testimony will resonate with some of you, especially if you have issues with a parent. It always gets better, y'all. It doesn't seem like it will, but it will. And I think in her case, right now, people are going to find clips and footage and put them together and say, well, see, she was picking this side over this side. And I heard a few people with that viewpoint, but in her defense, she did say that her and her mom were making him look good. And I don't know if that's the truth or not. You know, there's a lot of the truth and whatever's in between. But I will hope and pray that he is a good guy, and that this is just a father trying to cry out in the best way that he thinks, or the best way he knows how. So I pray and hope that they will have some sort of resolution, one in which that we on the internet don't find out about. If you like drama, I get it. I know you want to know everything, but sometimes certain things shouldn't be on the internet. But you know, reality TV has done that for us. So much stuff has gone on the internet that we don't know how not to have, you know, things in our face when it comes down to stuff that should be private. You know, back in the day it was called what is it? Oh, I just had it in my mind. Oh, kitchen table talk. That was what it was called back in the day. Kitchen table talk. You know, so what you said in your home stayed in your home, but now it's not, you know, always the case. Now it's whatever you say in your house, we're going to record it and put it on the internet. And certain things just should not be put on the internet. And this is just definitely one. Like, as I said, I just hope and pray that all parties involved get some sort of a resolution. I don't know what the father is looking for. I just pray that he is being truthful, because when you do things in devilment, eventually the devil's going to collect. So I just hope and pray everything is on the up and up, and he is not out here doing something that he ain't got no business doing, and saying things that he has no business saying. One second, y'all. Sorry, y'all. mommy mode is right now. So give me a second. I'm gonna throw it onto intermission. But before I do that, let me just say this. Just pray for Fantasia, pray for her father, pray for resolution. Pray that if her husband means her wrong, pray that he will gain clarity in his mindset and that the Lord will change it. Because as much as we want everyone to be good for us, that's not always the case. So we're going to pray for resolution for all parties. We're going to pray for peace. We're going to pray for compassion. We're going to pray that anyone that means any harm in a situation will have a change of heart, that God will change their heart. So keep them lifted. I'm going to throw this on an intermission real quick, and then I will be back with more decorating the house. Okay, folks. So instead of me putting this on a intermission each time, I am going to make the rest of this live a silent live. So please remember, if you've never been or on my channel before during my live streams, you will see a screen pop up, which it should have popped up just now, telling you that this is a silent live to please enjoy. It just means that for the rest of the live, I'm going to be silent. So please, while you're here, thumbs up, subscribe, share if you care. You can definitely chat with me in the chat because I'm watching the chat off and on during my live. If you have any questions or any feedback, you could definitely pop those into the chat as well. If I do not respond right away, please do not take offense because I'm literally paying attention to what's in front of me and not necessarily what's to the side because my chat is to the side of me. But it doesn't mean that I'm ignoring you. It just means I hadn't had a chance to read your comments. So I try my best to like read all of them if I can. So if I don't, that's why. So please enjoy the live. And again, while you're here, go ahead and click that subscribe button because you know you want to anyway. It doesn't hurt you at all. Go ahead and click it. It helps you more than it hurts you because I'm going to talk to you about the Sims. I'm going to talk to you about the Lord. I'm going to talk to you about, my own experiences in life, my testimony, even my current one, which is finding employment. For those of you who don't know, I did lose my job in January, and it was the best thing that God could have ever done for me because I didn't know I needed it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we don't know when God takes us away from something, it's meant for something even better. So, again, well, I'm not gonna say I don't talk about God a lot. I do. I love him, y'all. I'm sorry. And I want everyone to know the love that I have for him. I want you to be able to feel and see that, not just on screen, but in my voice as well. It's hard when you're not in front of someone to see how they are or how they really feel because you can't see the person's eyes or their face or whatever. So if this is let me say if this is the content you like, just click the subscribe button. Go ahead and click it. It's not gonna hurt you none. Definitely click it because it helps me. It helps beautiful people like yourselves help my channel grows. I said grow. I'm telling you, I cannot talk today for some reason. I don't know what that is, but it helps my channel grow, and it definitely helps those who love The Sims, who love simulation content. Definitely find my channel. If you love motivation, if you love God, if you love simulation, if you love Jesus, this is the channel for you because you're going to get a good bit of that with me. You're going to get my love of Jesus, my love of God. You're going to get my love of gaming. You're going to get it all. And sometimes there might be a little bit of ratchetness in here because you just, never know. God ain't dealt me yet. Sometimes my Sims be acting up and they be ratchet. So if you love that type of content, then this is the channel for you. That's basically what I'm saying. So definitely stick around. Definitely subscribe. Enjoy this live stream this afternoon. Some of you who are getting off at 3 o'clock, maybe this will help get you on to the house. You know what I'm saying? So definitely subscribe. Definitely thumbs up. And I'm going to go ahead and bring up the music so that you can enjoy the silent live. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me, those who stuck around. Thank you so much for the subscribers that just subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. Hopefully, I don't let you down and I live up to it is no hype, but if there was, then I hope I live up to it. If you do have hypes, you can definitely go ahead and do that. I think after live has rendered and is available and it's no longer live. So, this is what I've got thus far. I do have to put in some more towels and some coverings over the windows, but other than that, we're gonna call this one somewhat done. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you haven't seen the other three parts, they are prior to this live. I am working on turning the lives into actual videos. So that is a process in itself, but it is coming. So basically, what I'm doing is compiling each live for each of the houses that I've done on live into one video, because I know some people don't like to watch the lives and some people prefer the lives because they get to interact with me and chat and ask questions. So if you are one of those people, then great. But if you're not, and you prefer the silent lives, or you prefer where it's a quicker video to watch, then just keep an eye out for them. Like I said, I'm working on it. It's a little bit of a process because it was a challenge today just to even get YouTube to let me download my own content. So that's hopefully a hill that I don't have to go over anymore. But anywho, this is an overview of the house and how it looks. I think I'm gonna let one of my Sims, Jade, who is Diamond's Montero's daughter. I think I'm gonna let her move in here because this house is just the perfect size for her. I did try to keep it very much modern and a little bit of the traditional modern touches from the what is it called? Not filigree, but the is it filigree on the mirrors. And the only thing that's probably modern in here is most likely going to be the couch because it's a sectional. But even with the kitchen and some of the fixtures, might lean a little bit more modern over traditional. But I did try to use a lot of tones and colors that kind of in line with the whole cottagey feel. Sometimes it's hard to do that, especially when your mind wants to do something completely different, and that's kind of how my mind works. Like 1 minute I want to do a certain design and then I want to do something completely different. So while you are here, for those of you who have not subscribed along with those who just did, definitely click that subscribe button. I'm telling you, I'm so excited about that. I'm so grateful and thankful for that. I'm blessed beyond measure with that. So go ahead and click that subscribe button while you're here. Click that like button, share if you care. If you love The Sims, if you love any type of simulation content, I do have plans to do Enzo. I told you guys my editing software is down, so I'm working on getting that resolved at some point, and so I will have Enjoy content coming because I keep trying to live stream it, and it for whatever reason does not want to connect through my live stream software. So if you have any tips on that, I will take those too. So this is just another view of the house. Probably would help if I didn't have that stuff in the way. So you can see the front of it. I think I like the night view better though. I don't know why, but again, I did try to make this a little bit more of cottage feel. And there is a little tiny pond over here, which I'm proud about. And mosquitoes that they're gonna most likely get bit up by. Oh, I forgot to show y'all the mailbox. Look at the mailbox. Now, if that's not cottage feeling, I don't know what is. But anywho, thank you guys so much for joining me. As always, be safe in those streets, be blessed, and I will catch you in my next live or pre-recorded video. Bye.